station in America, a Universal Media Access owned radio station.
Good evening, Bay Area. Good evening. This is Alima Rangmunch with Alima on Desi 1170. Good evening, Lowell. How are you?
Hi, Alima. I'm doing excellent. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Doing great and going great. Guns and Niru from India, you with us?
Absolutely. Good to join you guys.
I know we missed you last week, right, Lowell?
Oh, I missed you too.
Absolutely. I think the callers missed Neeru too. All 7 or 8 of them.
Exactly. We had such
absolutely.
a blast.
I missed it. I heard the recording and I was so happy.
Uh-huh.
And people better call in today because I want to catch them live.
That would be fantastic. Well, last week we had a lot of people with, they wanted nice ghazals and songs and lyrics. Because I was telling them that I need lyrics. I need to understand the songs. Otherwise, mujhe pasand hi nahi aate hai, the songs and stuff. So call me old school, but hey, that is what I like, So it was nice. It was nice that they had called and we had a good conversation. In fact, I got a couple of good ghazal singers, apparently Pakistani ghazal singers that I haven't heard. So I went online and I checked them out, and I pulled a couple of songs, Lowell. It was good. It's a good song.
Based on last week, I think we should do some karaoke once in a while. We had some callers calling with some good singing voices.
Exactly. Maybe we should just give them, hey, call in. You can pick a favorite song and do a karaoke right over the radio, right? Wouldn't that be so much fun? So Dosto, did you hear that? The number to call is 408-912-5565. Our request lines are always open. The full 2 hours. You can give us a call anytime. You can listen live to us on KLOK 1170 AM. This is Rangmunch with Alima and Neeru, you still with us? Oh, well, that's the internet glitch. So, as I bring Neeru back online into our studio, I'm going into one of my favorite ghazals by Jagjit Singh. Lowell, you ready for the songs? These are going to be ghazals are a little bit slow on the take, but hey, fantastic. I'll be right back.
से छू लो तुम मेरा गीत अमर कर दो होठों से छू लो तुम मेरा गीत अमर कर दो बन जाओ मीत मेरी प्रीत अमर कर दो होठों से छू लो तुम मेरा गीत अमर कर दो ना उम्र की सीमा हो ना जन्म का हो बंधन ना उम्र की सीमा हो ना जन्म का हो बंधन जब प्यार करे कोई तो देखे केवल मन नई रीत चला कर तुम ये रीत अमर कर दो नई रीत चला कर तुम ये रीत अमर कर दो आकाश का सूनापन मेरे तन्हा मन में आकाश का सूनापन मेरे तन्हा मन में पायल छनकाती तुम आ जाओ जीवन में सांसें देकर अपनी संगीत अमर कर दो संगीत अमर कर दो मेरा गीत अमर कर दो जग ने छीना मुझसे मुझे जो भी लगा प्यारा जग ने छीना मुझसे मुझे जो भी लगा प्यारा सब जीता किए मुझसे मैं हरदम ही हारा तुम हार के दिल अपना मेरी जीत अमर कर दो तुम हार के दिल अपना मेरी जीत अमर कर दो होठों से छू लो तुम मेरा गीत अमर कर दो
And I'm very proud of myself. I started off with a good song, right, Nero?
Absolutely. I'm just so happy that this week you have dedicated to ghazals. It's been so long since I've heard it, and good start, by the way.
I know, right? I mean, it's you know, there is a reason why people say old is gold, no matter what.
No,
I mean,
yes,
you know,
that's true.
I
That's
still
true.
love the contemporary songs. I still love. I mean, in fact, I have special requests for some very contemporary songs, the latest ones, and everything. But I always seem to go back to the old ones, always. And then
Yeah, old ones, especially ghazals, because ghazals are so personal, I feel.
I
It's not
know.
something do too much hoo-ha over, but it's
Exactly.
just you and the song. So that's very soulful, actually.
It very is. And last week, I mean, तुमने तो recording सुनी थी, लेकिन last week I
हाँ,
had a call
हाँ.
from a person like 3 times, and he refused to tell me his name. तो इसीलिए तो मैंने नाम रखा Mr. Shire जी उनको,
Shayari.
you know, because I don't know,
Shire, sorry.
but you know, it
Yeah.
was so nice to have a call like that. And he came out with Gurudat ka song, one of my favorite songs, and I'm like totally bowled over it, you know.
I know.
And if you're listening, Shayarji, thank you so much for giving us a call. And hopefully, if you are available tonight, we would love to hear from you. But like I said, we have some ghazals going on tonight, and we want to share our favorites. And we have dedications all the way going to Malaysia. We have some special requests from Malaysia, Nero, this week.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? I mean, so people are like really enjoying the songs and the show. So that is a fantastic thing to talk about. And couple of just general news. You know, sometimes I flip over the Yahoo News and what is happening in the world and everything. And you should listen to this, Lowell. I mean, did you read this article about a man who sues an airline over a soda spat? Did you read that?
No.
No, I
Jeez.
didn't. You will tell me. It
No, of
sounds
course. I mean,
interesting.
it's like it was like one of those silly, stupid things that we tell our kids, hey, anything can happen. You know, don't do it, but it's in your control, but then you just do it anyways, kind of a deal. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this person happens to be a passenger on Virgin, is it Virgin Atlantic? Yes, Virgin Atlantic. So, you know, so he hit the button to call the steward because he wanted to get a soda.
Okay.
Virgin American Airlines. Okay. So anyway, so when he came, so a male attendant came, and apparently he told the passenger ki, you need to use the console, right? Not the button on the top. You know, you need to use the
Okay.
console. Okay. I said, okay, fine. Up until then, okay, TK, I was fine. And then and he left. he did not bring the soda to the passenger because apparently you didn't do it the right way. You hit the console and then I'm going to come. You know what I'm saying? That sounded so silly and stupid to me. And it happened the second time. The third time, a female lieutenant apparently got him the soda. Okay, all was done fine, hunky-dory, everyone is happy and everything. He gets off at the airport and 6 police airport security escort him to a questioning room.
Oh my goodness.
Why? Because apparently the crew complained to the ground crew that that he was using obscenity and apparently went and used the bathroom and he did not flush and he's been very blah blah blah, whatever, all this stuff, right? So this passenger, in the meantime, so they kept him waiting for 20 minutes and then they let him go and everything. So he calls Virgin American Airlines and ask them what the policy is on the attendance. So they tell him ki either way is fine. Whether you use a console or whether you hit the button on the top, they better serve you. And I'm like, all right, way to go. You are done, right? So
good one.
Hey, come on. I mean, that was just so silly on Virgin American people. Honestly, agar if you make a mistake the first time, that doesn't mean you don't go and do the job, right? You tell them ki, hey, next time, this is how it works.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That was so petty on that part. So anyway, he lawyered up and then Virgin America come back and says, we'll give you $3,000, no apology. He says no. They come back and say $5,000, no apology. And he says no. At this time, this guy is so totally P with a big, and he sues him for $500,000.
Oh my goodness. That could have been so avoided.
Seriously, right? Don't you think it was such a stupid, silly thing, like kids fighting over stuff that could have been so easily avoided?
Yeah, that's true.
Such
That's
crazy
true.
and this is what happens to people, I mean, it's like it's as if they don't have any other stuff to do in the world. Seriously.
That's
I mean,
true.
don't you think they have other, but anyways, that kind of caught my attention because my husband was actually mentioning that to me as we were driving together, and he goes I'm with the guy on this. I said, I'm with the guy too, because he didn't do anything wrong. Seriously.
I know. Who would side with Virgin Atlantic?
I mean, come on. I mean, you make it's such a. I really don't even have descriptive words to describe this incident.
That's true.
Anyways, so did you watch the ITA awards?
No, I didn't. Was it live?
It wasn't live for you. For us, all our awards are live, yaar. Yahan pe US mein. So I didn't know your ITA wasn't live.
No, I'm not sure. I don't.
Oh,
For a
okay.
person who sees a lot of television, I don't keep track
See,
of.
लेकिन मुझे तो I have a huge question. I think this is इतना $1 million question कि when you guys say ITA, I don't know if you know the answer, but I'm just asking you since तुम वहाँ पे India में हो.
Okay.
ITA has 2 expansions. One is Indian Tele Awards.
Yeah.
And the other one
That's
is
the right one.
Indian Television Academy Awards.
No, it's Indian Tele Awards.
So it's Indian Tele Awards. अरे
Yeah.
यार मैंने इतने Google किया and then it confused me so
No,
much.
it's Indian Tele Awards. You should have just gone to the official website.
नहीं मुझे तो इतना time नहीं थी. I was going on and I was so busy.
It's
today.
Indian Tele Awards, actually.
Okay. So
This is the
that's
12th Indian
yeah,
Tele
that I
Awards.
got. It says 12. So,
Yeah.
hey, here are the winners, and I'm so happy about the winners.
Yeah, I mean, the few I catch,
best actor male lead.
very well deserved.
Kunal Karan Kapoor for.
Oh, he's amazing, and I follow that show. So
Yes,
I'm
our
really
very
happy.
own Mohan
The show that I'm
Bhatnagar.
watching is like winning awards.
You know what? Actually,
great.
even I got hooked on to Na Bole Tum and then Kubul Hai. Slowly, So I'm getting drawn into it, hook, line, and sinker, and I'm trying to, not get too involved in it. Lekin kya kare yaar?
In Nabolatim, I feel is so grounded and
Very much so.
Sonal Ganatra, the writer, is doing a
I love that
fantastic
lady.
job.
Yes, I love that lady. She's doing
But you
fantastic.
cannot actually question the logic of
no.
plot progress and everything.
Exactly.
So, and
Exactly.
the actors are really, really good, and their expressions and their chemistry is fantastic. In fact, I'm loving Bira and Nanhi's
Me too.
track too.
Me too.
They're so cute.
And you know what though? Here's what I'm very impressed about this production house
Which one?
and the story is when they do season 2. I
Yeah.
mean, not to sound biased or anything, Nidu, but like Indian standards made it's very hard to maintain that standards. You know what I'm saying? I'm so used to a little race standard when I watch shows in the US, and from season to season they really
No,
they
basically,
but
see, season two has not. They've not come out with the story continuation. This is the first time, yeah.
right, that's what I'm
Buddy
saying.
Project is followed through again. I think it's
Yes.
just earlier it was the setup in school, and now they set up in a college. But it's the same people, and it's a continuation of the story. So
Right.
this is actually not happened before.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm
Unless
saying.
when you talk about CID, which is again a crime-based show.
Yeah, I know.
With it's standalone episodes.
I know.
But
That's
on fiction, this is the first time they're seriously trying out, and they're doing a fantastic job.
See, that's what I'm
sure
telling.
Buddy Project is also, considering it's won an award.
yeah.
So yay for season kind of setup, because I'm waiting for such a setup to come in.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Ki I'm maha impressed with how they
yeah.
have maintained the grip on the show
Quality,
and the second,
yes,
the quality,
exactly,
the storyline.
exactly.
That is what's drawing me to Na Bole Tum. I mean, it's like
You're
I'm
watching
always
it,
like,
right? You're
oh,
watching
I am
it
watching it.
continuously?
I'm watching it, and I have met Kunal and Akanksha personally, and they're such lovely people, and you can
Lovely
see
people,
how
yeah.
dedicated they are to it, and they're literally they've been carrying it really well. I mean, for
Oh, yes.
two people,
Oh, yes.
who's going to be doing so much on their own, they're doing really, really well. Really well.
Definitely.
Right. So that
Definitely.
was Na Bole Tumne Maine Kuch Kaha. I mean, Kunal Karan Kapoor won the best male lead act, and then the best female actress was Deepika Singh. That is, I think, goes without saying for Diya Aur Badi. I mean, I was kind of expecting that she would be the one to get that award, anyways.
Actually, Deepika Singh,
Deepika
right?
Singh for Diya
Yeah.
Aur Badi. Sandhya, right? Yeah.
Sandhya, yeah, she's doing a good job.
Yes.
I've caught
And
few
then,
episodes. And
the best child artist, of course, goes to Bhavesh in male category.
undoubtedly,
Yes.
hands down.
Yes, hands down. So those, when I
He's
come
literally
back,
carrying it on his shoulders.
I know,
that,
right? I know,
show.
right? Right.
He's
So
doing a major part of contribution to that show, and it's fantastic.
Dosto, this is Rangmunch with Alima. The request lines are always open 408-912-5565. When I come back, we will be talking a little bit more of Veera and, of course, Ranvi and everything. But now I have a special song request all the way from Malaysia, from Tilashni. And this is specially dedicated. She says, her Janu Gurmeet Chowdhury. I mean, people so do love this guy.
So
And
cute.
yeah, I know, right? So Tilashni, all the way from Malaysia, this is for you.
सुर्ख वाला सोज वाला फैज वाला लव होता है जो लव से ज्यादा वैसे वाला लव इश्क वाला लव हुआ जो दर्द भी तो हमको आज कुछ ज्यादा हुआ इश्क वाला लव ये क्या हुआ है क्या खबर यही पता है ज्यादा हुआ इश्क वाला लव अगर ये उसको भी हुआ है फिर भी मुझको ज्यादा हुआ इश्क वाला लव मेरी नींद जैसे पहली बार टूटी है आंखें मल के मैंने देखी है सुबह हुई धूप ज्यादा लेके तेरी रोशनी दिन चढ़ा इश्क वाला लव
झाके बादलों की जाली के पीछे से खड़ी चांदनी है मुझको इतला लेकिन और सादा चांद मेरा यही पे है छुपा छुपा हुआ
इश्क वाला लव हुआ जो दर्द भी तो हमको आज कुछ ज्यादा हुआ इश्क वाला लव ये क्या हुआ है क्या खबर यही पता है ज्यादा हुआ इश्क वाला लव अगर ये उसको भी हुआ है फिर भी मुझको ज्यादा हुआ इश्क वाला लव
हो जाते गुम साथ मेरे होते होते होगा समझाए हम थम जाए तुम ओ दिल मेरे टूटा सादा तारा जब गिरा जरा सादा मांगू दिल तेरा कभी ज्यादा माने ना दिल ये सर फिरा इश्क वाला बड़ा ये दिल नादान था पर आज कुछ सारा हुआ
जो खोने का था डर तुझे पता नहीं क्यों ज्यादा हुआ इश्क वाला हुआ जो दर्द भी तो हमको आज कुछ ज्यादा हुआ इश्क वाला ये क्या हुआ है क्या खबर यही पता है ज्यादा हुआ इश्क वाला अगर ये उसको भी हुआ है फिर भी मुझको ज्यादा हुआ इश्क वाला सुर्ख वाला सोज वाला फैज वाला इश्क वाला होता है जो लब से ज्यादा वैसे वाला सुर्ख वाला सोज वाला फैज वाला होता है जो लब से ज्यादा वैसे वाला इश्क वाला
Well, that is for Tilachni all the way from Malaysia. Thank you, baby, for giving me that song request. And it's a beautiful song. And of course, hopefully, someone will pass it on to your Jana Gurmi Chadri. Neeru, you still with me?
Absolutely. I was lost in the song. I love that song.
You know, a long time ago, probably about a month and a half ago, मुझे I remember कि every show on the TV ये song play कर रहे थे. You know, all the protagonists were
Hi.
dancing.
It's so
dancing
catchy.
for it.
It's
It
so
is catchy.
and you want to sing along.
I know. Then I go
and get lost in love.
and लेकिन मुझे तो
That's
I'm
the
like
feeling it invokes.
मुझे तो I'm like, don't you guys get sick of this song listening to it in every
No way.
show?
No
And-
way. I'm with them. I'm not sick of this song at all. I hear it play almost.
And you won't
once. I
believe
catch
it.
it once at least every day somewhere.
See, and you won't believe it कि this was पहले even before I watched the movie actually. मैंने तो movie भी नहीं watch की थी until I think what it was like 2.5 weeks ago or something. And
Okay.
for the longest time, I wasn't even paying attention कि ये इस movie का है student of the year and all that stuff, right? So I was playing the movie and the song comes up and it goes, oh yeah, no wonder तो
from
यहाँ से
this
आ रहा है,
movie.
you know. It was really, but anyways, I like the song too. I
Oh, I
like
love
it.
it.
Even when I heard it the hundredth of time the first time without watching the movie, तो मुझे भी पसंद थी. It's just that it was so overplayed at that point. You know, it was like continuously being overplayed. But लेकिन anyways, तो हमारा छोटा सा नन्हा सा best child artist Bhavesh. हमारा रणवीज. I mean he deserves it, doesn't he? I mean,
Yes.
He's
a rock star. I mean, he's a star in the making, actually.
he definitely
We're gonna see.
is.
He's gonna be around for a long time.
I know. I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted to ask Raghuveer ki, will you let Ranvijay grow up and then go, no, I don't want him to leave the show, you know. I just want him to be young like that for the longest
It happens,
time.
you know. I think Balika Vadhu also. Initially, the young actors, they were Anandi and Jagya.
Right,
You know, they started young, right?
Right.
And only 50 or 60 episodes were written for them.
Oh.
But they were so popular that they had to increase it to 300 or 600 episodes. So I think that's what is going to happen here. Because Ranvi and, Veera, both of them, Harshita and Bhavesh are doing such a fantastic job.
I
People are just
know.
loving them.
Exactly.
अरे यार मन नहीं करता छोड़ने को,
नहीं,
you know.
मुझको भी यार,
You
I
can't
mean,
imagine a show without them
I
now.
know, right? I seriously don't
I
want
know.
them to go anywhere. I'm like so totally lut over these two kids. And I'm like, and the thing is, they have such amazing screen presence. You know, वो तो
Yes,
बहुत important है कि
that's
they
true.
have that presence. And boom, when both of them come on screen, they just have this immense chemistry. You can just see it. And that's what makes it a big difference too.
You get fantastic actors like this, and half the battle is won when
Exactly.
in a show.
And then if they can act, hey, my God, the pura package though is amazing, right?
I know the expressions, both of them. You can't take your eyes off their faces when they're acting.
I know. And अरे यार नीरू तुम खा रही हो?
नहीं रे.
हो अच्छा ठीक है तो मुझे लगा कि तुम दोनों here I am Lowell and I are sitting at the studio and talking until our throats are dry and तुम वहाँ पे ऑफिस में बैठ कर कुछ खाना भी खा रहे
Okay, I'm just going now that you've reminded me of food. Let me just check if I have something.
If you have
I don't
something
have
to
an
munch
office
on.
now.
All right, dosto, this is Rangmunch with Alima. The number to call is 408-912-5565. Zerur Veera ka show ko watch kariyega. I mean, right now, the story so much hasn't moved as much, of course, you know. But there are subtle changes. There are subtle changes where Ratan feels that Nihal is getting into their lives a little bit deeper, 1 inch at a time, or maybe 1 centimeter at a time. You know, unconsciously. And the last episode I watched was where she ends up giving Sarpanchi's clothes for him because he messes up his clothes while opening the achar ka jar, you know, and so it spills on his clothes, and then so and so you can tell I mean, you can tell ki Ratan is fighting so much within herself, you know. She likes him as a person. She hasn't gone to that level of replacing Sarpanchi, but she's also feels ki is he slowly making, you know, is he slowly making a place for himself, you know, in her mind. And I like the track, the way it is going, the way the subtle changes are being shown. I mean, there is not so much itna dialogues nahi hai ki that you have to, you know, you have to tell them. It's just the actions, Neeru. I don't know if you caught the last episode, but I really liked the last episode.
No, I haven't. I mean, the last I saw was 1.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was so very subtle, and you can tell कि वो इतना guilty feel कर रही है कि that she's given him her husband's clothes. You know what I'm saying? It's like and then
it's a big step for her.
Exactly. I mean, and then Moti Chaiji comes, and then she asks him कि you know whose clothes are they? You know that she's washing and all that stuff. So she was so guilty, and she keeps telling that no, this is what had happened, and then I had to give him, you know, Sarpanjika clothes and all that stuff, and I thought it was so well portrayed. Let me just say that. I mean, that it was just amazing. I mean, Sneha Wag did a fantastic job on that. Dosto, I have another special dedication, and this is for our very own Mr. Shair ji and Anuradha ji, who called last week. They were giving me lyrics about Mehdi Hassan's ghazals, and they were I don't think you've heard this, Neeru, but this is Ranjishi Sahi. I've heard it after they have introduced me to this wonderful ghazal singer. So I thought, let me share it with you. It is saying a thank you to both of those special guests who are called into the show last week. So stay tuned in. If you have special requests, people, give us a call, 408-912-5565, and I'll be right back. It's a
छोड़ के जाने सही फिर से मुझे छोड़ के जाने लिए सही दिल दुखाने पहले से मरासिम न सहे फिर भी कभी तो पहले से मरासिम न सहे फिर भी कभी तो पहले पहले मरासिम न सही फिर भी कभी तो पहले मरासिम न सही फिर भी कभी तो रस्म रहे दुनिया ही निभाने दिया रंजिशी से दुनिया ही निभाने दिया रंजिशी से किस को बताएंगे जुदाई का सबब हम किस को बताएंगे जुदाई का सबब किस को बताएंगे किस को बताएंगे किस बताएं जुदाई हम बताएं जुदाई का सबब गम तू मुझसे खफा है तो ज़माने दिया तू मुझसे खफा है तो ज़माने दिया सही
Rangmunch with Alima. What did you think, Neeru, about this song? Did you ever hear this?
I love this song. It's yeah, I've heard it before.
Did you have it?
And
Yeah, I didn't
yeah,
hear
it's
it. And then last week I was introduced to it, and then I said I have to go home and check it out. And sure enough, you know, you and I are like diehard fans of all these ghazals, right?
Oh yes.
All right. And then going to Saraswati Chandra. Have you been watching Saraswati Chandra?
Yes, that's also one of the shows I watch regularly.
तो क्या हो रहा है? I mean, I wasn't able to catch up on a whole, a few shows. I saw the Friday का, लेकिन मुझे तो जाना है कि क्या हुआ Friday के.
रूटना मनाना चल रहा है.
Okay.
And Friday, the entire thing ended with her birthday, Kumud's birthday.
Okay.
And Saras is trying his level best to wish her, and he's not able to. The entire day goes off with him trying to wish her, and he's not able to. The story is at a point where the Motibaji, that is her Bua, she requests Kumud to, heal his heart and, let him open up to people. Otherwise, andar hi andar ghut raha hai.
Exactly. Huh?
So his father also lands up, and Kumud arranges for them to be together, and where they talk to each other openly. And for the first time, his father opens up to him and tells him how important he is to him. So that means a lot to Saras. So slowly he started opening up. I'm at least smile to kar raha hai and everything. So there is a change in him.
That's good.
Guman is stewing with all this happening around her. Nobody seems to give her importance.
Exactly.
Not even her own husband who's come in. Yeah. So she's feeling a lot left out, and I'm sure she's going to plot something major.
I'm sure.
As a backlash.
Right. मैंने तो वो Friday का episode देखी थी, in this where she tries to give
the birthday party wala, na?
Yeah, the birthday party wala, and then of course her intention was to give the what do you call them?
The pile.
The piles, right? But you have another name for it, है ना नीरू? पता नहीं. I mean, in Telugu you call them gajalu.
Yeah.
But anyway, and obviously the box ends up with a really beautiful pile, not the ones that the dancers use, but the normal wala everyday use. And I like the fact where
that was lovely pile though.
It was.
Wasn't it?
Was.
It was so delicate and beautiful.
It really was. I mean, it was beautiful actually. And
that was a good twist. In fact, I was waiting for some dramatic moment over there.
Maybe.
Where she sees an accusation and everything, and just went puss with pile.
Exactly.
I think Boaji, she switched it.
Well, probably either that, or I'm wondering, did Saras do anything when, does he know something like that?
Oh, is it? Okay, it can be. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, he's a smart guy. उसको पता है कि उसकी माँ कैसी है, and
but he's too wrapped up in himself, yaar, to be very frank.
Maybe देखेंगे, or maybe it is.
अभी थोड़ा कुमुद को देखने लगा है, so but he's valuing so much in his own grief.
Right.
That
तो देखेंगे. I mean, and of course I'm curious कि बड़ी माँ का past का history क्या है, what are those letters that are coming, and वो किससे बात
I know. It must be from her estranged husband.
That's what I'm thinking. And of course, obviously, the symbolisms तो है कि the sindoor falls on the floor, and then she literally doesn't even care about it, and she says just sweep it off. That was like that is a loaded statement right there. You know what I'm saying? If you really put symbolism into it,
that's a good thing. And ऊपर से you see that Kumari's love track is going on the side.
Yes.
You know what? I have to mention this. Doesn't it remind you of Pride and Prejudice?
It does a little bit, actually.
There is a friend,
yes.
Darcy and his friend, and three sisters, and the third one is falling in love with a wrong kind of a guy.
Yes.
And everything is so reminding me of Pride and Prejudice, Darcy and Elizabeth.
Yeah, so it's like shades of Pride and Prejudice and Saraswati.
Yes, so much. I'm sure the writer somehow is like taking the reference from there, or it's just there in us, who we've grown up reading Pride and Prejudice. So
that is one of my
it
favorite
looks like that
books.
sometimes.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite books, actually. I mean, still remember.
Yeah, it is. It still is.
It still is. I mean, that is
Colin Firth and Jennifer Isle. How can we forget?
Exactly. So
BBC version of
that was Saraswati Chandra. So it's still going strong, I should say. I mean, it's still got an element of mystery in it, and the characters are still very strong. I stopped reading too much into all these things, and I remember I know we have asked Anand also when he came on a radio
and he explained some of them are put deliberately there, and the sindoor was no mistake there, coincidence. It was deliberately put there to show how little that means to her.
Right.
And there must be a valid reason for that too.
Exactly.
And even the track, I mean, Kumari, stealthily going in, falling in love or having an affair. She, hota hai na, you don't have a father figure around.
Correct.
So you need the attention.
Yes. Yeah.
They're more likely to go and do something that you're not supposed to do.
Right. And of
course, she's not getting that kind of loving attention from
her mother.
her mother too. And
Yeah.
I feel bad sometimes
Yeah.
because her mother is so loving towards Kumud,
Mm-hmm.
but she's constantly snapping at Kumari, and
Right.
poor child, I feel so sad for
I
her
know.
sometimes.
And for all it's worth, though, Niruki, I mean, she grew up to be a pretty reasonable, decent girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
she
not
is.
like
She
कि-
is. She's a sweet girl
Yeah,
in
it's
need of some attention. You know?
correct. It's not like कि
It
वो
happens.
इतना rebellion हो गया है कि that she's not getting any love or so. So that's that way it's in a good path.
No,
And
no,
hopefully
not
कि-
any love or something.
Yeah.
It's the attention that you crave from
your parents.
your parents, yeah.
Yeah. And
You can have all the attention in the world, but
but the
you know,
parent the
parents are very
love is an
important.
entirely
So,
different thing altogether. And I hope to God that the sub inspector guy is a decent guy and doesn't get drawn
I'm
into
guessing not so much because that's again a plot point here.
yeah,
If he's going to be decent and everything, kahan se,
it's too easy.
it is there to create mayhem.
I'm sure,
That
I'm sure.
subplot is there.
Yeah.
I feel is up to no good. So you
Well-
never know how they're going to bring it in.
Right, exactly.
But if it is following Pride and Prejudice, he's not the right guy. Definitely going to cause trouble there.
All right. Well, that is Saraswati Chand. I'm coming up with another dedication, and this is for Neeraja's friend, actually.
Yeah.
Neeraja's very close friend, Rajeshri, Anu, and Anil, who apparently have relocated to a different city
Yes,
in India.
yes.
And I bet Neeru is missing them so much. It's so hard, right? When your closed ones.
It is. They
move
they
away.
are they were the only family I had here in Calcutta, and I'm missing them. My entire family is missing them. And Ashok has known her for 30 years. I
Wow.
mean, better part of
Better part of his
their,
whole life.
yeah,
Yeah,
their life.
seriously.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
we're
those
missing her.
Well, this is a dedication for Rajeshri, Anu, and Anil from Neeraja.
इन आँखों की मस्ती के आ इन आँखों की मस्ती के मस्ताने हजारों हैं मस्ताने हजारों हैं इन आँखों से वाबस्ता इन आँखों से वाबस्ता अफसाने हजारों हैं अफसाने हजारों हैं इन आँखों की मस्ती एक तुम ही नहीं तन्हा एक तुम ही नहीं तन्हा उल्फत में मेरी रुसवा उल्फत में मेरी रुसवा इस शहर में तुम जैसे इस शहर में तुम जैसे दीवाने हजारों हैं दीवाने हजारों हैं इन आँखों की मस्ती के मस्ताने हजारों हैं इन आँखों की मस्ती के आ शम्मे फरोजा के इस शम्मे फरोजा के परवाने हजारों हैं परवाने हजारों हैं इन आँखों की मस्ती के मस्ताने हजारों हैं इन आँखों से वाबस्ता अफसाने हजारों हैं अफसाने हजारों हैं इन आँखों की मस्ती.
And Rangmunch with Alima is back again. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. The number to call is 408-912-5565. And it looks like I may have a caller. Hello, you're live on air.
Hello, this is Manu.
Hi, Alima. This is Eva and Mano.
Oh my God, Eva and Manu. Fantastic. How are you guys?
We are good. How about you?
Doing very, very well. Eva, you've been missing in action for a while. Haven't heard from you in a while.
Yes, I've been busy at home with my little granddaughter.
I know. She just turned 1, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
Oh my God. Happy birthday to her. I cannot believe a 1 year went by so fast.
Yeah, it went really fast. Thank you.
And we have Neeraja online on Skype from India too. Say hi.
Hi, Mano. Hi, Eva.
Hi.
Mano?
Hello.
We are here.
Hello.
How are you, Neeru?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
We are doing great.
Well, your
Carry
fan
on.
page is doing great, Manu and Eva. You guys have put in so much time and effort into that. I mean, Gurmeet Chowdhury, the Heartthrob people, if you are on Facebook and you love this guy, well, that is the page to go. Right, Manu?
Exactly right. It's not only the two of us. We have Nandita and another girl, Radha, on board too.
Right.
So we share equally whatever creativity and all the updates, news from we are in the U.S. time zone, and Nandita is in India time zone. So we get all the everything, all the news covered, and it's going good. And people are liking it.
Fantastic.
So we're happy.
So Eva, what do you think? I mean, Punarvivah to offer ho raha hai. Not that the Punarvivah, the whole show, but the story track Abika is getting over. And what are your feelings about it, Eva?
Initially, it really shocked me that Punarviva, like the track, they are going to close down, and the pair, Aarti and Yash, they are ending the character of Aarti and Yash. And when we started Punarviva, it was like really new concept, a new story, and new kind of thinking, and it was really good to watch like how two different kind of people, different kind of thoughts, and how they mingle, how they develop the relationship, and all those stuff. And now I think the story needs a lot of things inside, because the Punarviva is done, the baby is born, and it seems like the end of the story. So they need, I think, as if you see the story-wise, it might need a little bit more boost and all.
Correct.
So the creative team and the production house and the channel think that they need to bring something new.
Yeah.
I think if you see like commercially for their part, I think I would do the same thing if I was in the commercial part. But for me, Punarviva was Yash and Aarti.
Yes.
Their story, their lifestyle, and they could have taken this story in a different level also. Punarviva doesn't mean that, you have to show Punarviva at every turn, Punarviva is done. But then, due to that Punarviva, how the story develops, how the life intervenes with other people and all that, they could have done something more. But just keeping the title, because it's a Punarviva, so you keep on doing Punarviva. That's not the story thing.
Yeah.
So for me, when Punarviva, Yash and Aarti is not there, for me there is no Punarviva.
It's no Punarviva. So
the Punarviva basically is the story of Yash and Aarti, right? So if there is no Yash and Aarti, in my mind, Punarviva ends.
I mean, and it's the original story concept, right? I mean, once the original concept is done, it's hard for anyone to kind of go into the second storyline. Manu, what do you think? How are you? I mean, I know you've loved GC. I mean, you guys, it's. I feel bad ki itni jaldi it's going off air, but obviously,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way as Eva does. We watched Punarviva because of Gurmeet first. Then we liked Kratika's acting and how the story played out, and all the other characters. they really did a good job, in their roles. And we really got used to that. So at 10:30 at night, that was something that we depended on to sit and watch with the family. It was a family show, and then we discussed different aspects of the story. It was really good. And then I was really shocked too when they said that it was going to end, and we just couldn't believe it. And but then even the fan page people today, they were telling me, please, Mano, let everybody know that we are completely dissatisfied what has happened. But for us also, this show is finished. That's what they're telling. I don't know, they'll watch the new show or whatever.
Right.
But that's what many people feel. But for me personally, if Gurmeet is not there, my heart will not be in it. And whatever the project that he takes up next is what I would be following.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
And another thing also, Alima, because in US, Punarviva comes pretty late. It comes around 10:30, right? So we were watching that late night show only because we had affection for Gurmeet and his actions and all his projects. And then I have never seen Pratika before in any show. But then I started watching her here. She did a marvelous job as an Aarti. And I really love the character. It has so many aspects, so many layers. And Gurmeet did a wonderful job, turning every layer in that character. So we kind of so used to Yash being Yash and Aarti being Aarti.
Aarti, yes.
And then it's like you are ending the character. So what is the essence of your show? Like keeping the name Punarviva. Okay, are you going to show another Punarviva? Another thing Punarviva, your show name is Punarviva doesn't mean that you show it every turn of
I mean, as it is, we have already seen a second Punarviva in that show already. I mean, obviously.
Exactly.
And of course, I have to come out and say that wasn't the original storyline. Okay, that came just because of certain circumstances. But still, I mean, it could have been done in a different way. Is my personal perspective on it.
Yeah, definitely. I'll agree with your point of view too in that.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It definitely is unfortunate. I mean, it's always saddens ki when hamara favorite shows khatam hota hai, so we always feel bad about it. But then, hey, there are always good things waiting for all these people out there.
Yeah,
definitely.
And sure.
It would
definitely. Definitely. I'm happy at least, the crew, they still have a job, they're doing the second one in that point of view. And then Gurmeet, he's got, other projects and stuff, I'm sure on his way coming, so he can concentrate on that.
Of course.
And, and we will wait for them and, just follow that. And then, hopefully Kritika, I'm sure, will get a very nice opportunity also.
And they are terrific actors. They are terrific performer, terrific actor. And their chemistry as a pair, and their chemistry as a human being, and their chemistry as a co-actor, it was marvelous. Because we went and we visited the set a couple of times in the Punarviva, and it was marvelous to see everybody doing great job and everybody interacting with each other. So it was a great team, and I'm sure the people will be missing that, and all the actors will be missing each other, and especially that those three little kids, we won't be seeing them again, most probably. I'm not sure about how the story is going to end.
Right.
But, it's going to be so different. So I think they could have just changed the name of the show because they are changing all the cast, and keeping the same name doesn't have any meaning.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Well, Manu and Eva, I would want you to stay on. I'm just hitting the top of the hour as we play in a couple of commercials, but I still have, in fact, even Neeraja has a few questions for you guys. So if you don't mind holding for about 5 minutes, or you can just give us a call back, whichever is convenient for you. I'm just going to go into a quick song and then a commercials, and we're going to come right back up. Stay put, people.
तुमको देखा तो ये ख्याल आया, जिंदगी धूप तुम घना साया। तुमको देखा
more information on how to get your own show on Desi 1170 AM, give us a call at 408-440-0851 or send us an email to Desi1170am at AOL.com.
As soon as I remove the Ortho K lenses in the morning, I can see everything so clear. Now I don't need to wear glasses or contacts to play soccer. Thank you, Dr. Wen.
Hi, I'm Dr. Julia Wen. Ortho K lenses can help your child see clearly throughout the day and can also slow down the eyeglass prescription from increasing.
Please call 1-888-888-8603 for a free consultation. Again, that's 1-888-888-8603.
రుచికరమైన పేస్ట్రీస్ మరియు పఫ్స్ కోసం తప్పక విచ్చేయండి బే ఏరియా హాట్ బ్రెడ్స్. కుకీస్, పావ్, ఫ్రూట్ కేక్స్, ప్లమ్ కేక్స్ లాంటి ఎన్నో రుచికరమైన వెరైటీస్ తో పాటు ఎగ్లెస్ కేక్స్ లో స్పెషలైజ్ చేసే ఏకైక రెస్టారెంట్ బే ఏరియా హాట్ బ్రెడ్స్. బర్త్డే పార్టీస్, వెడ్డింగ్ పార్టీస్ మరియు అన్ని రకాల అకేషన్స్ కి వన్ స్టాప్ షాప్ Bay Area Hot Breads.
For all your bakery needs, Bay Area Hot Breads located at 464 East El Camino Real in Sunnyvale. For more details, visit bahotbreads.com.
Now that Dr. Rosanelli is a regular guest during the morning show each month, you have probably heard him talk about how his hair restoration procedures can give you a natural head of hair if your hair is thinning. In today's competitive world, you want to look your best when you go on that special job interview, go to work in general, or when you're out with your friends and family. If your hair is thinning, call Dr. Tom Rosanelli at 800-743-HAIR. For over 25 years, Dr. Rosanelli has devoted his professional life exclusively to hair restoration surgery and performed procedures on patients of all ages, including a number of celebrities. His patients now enjoy a beautiful new head of hair that makes them look and feel younger. If your hair is thinning, call Dr. Tom Rosanelli for a free personal consultation at 8.
मेरे साथ दारू मंगा लो मेरे यारों फिर बनेगी बात सारी रात करेंगे booze gotta take you on my cruise पहले अपने पारी शूज में you can get through आज रात को मेरी मुलाकात में ना हो मेरी लोग चुपकर थोड़ा रुककर मान पीला थोड़ी थोड़ी इसको मैं कुड़ी करूंगी कट कट मारूं बिगी सारी सर पे चढ़ गई हो गई नोरी come on baby let's go party Baby, I'm just gonna sing. There's party on my mind. Karti hai humko tease, ye halki halki breeze. Baby, put yourself to ease. There's party on my mind. Phir apni hogi yaari. Kadmon mein duniya saari. Tujhko lutaun do, duniya bulaun do. Kehte hai dil mein jo. Pagalpandi ho baby.
Rangmunch with Alima. Thank you, Manu and Eva. I'm hoping you guys are still online.
Yes,
we're here.
All right, fantastic. Niru, you still with us?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. Hey, Niru, do you have a couple of questions for Eva and Manu?
Yes, I do. Hi, Eva and Manu. Now that Punarviva is coming to an end, both Gurmeet and Kratika will be moving on to other projects, right? So, whom would you like to see them paired with next?
Haha.
Yes.
Whom will we go with next? Is that your question?
No. Who would you
want to see them with next?
Yeah.
You know, both Drashti and Kratika were very good with Gurmeet. So who do you want to see them with next?
Gurmeet, I would like to see with Moni Roy because I think they.
Moni Roy, okay, that's good. That's interesting.
I would like to see him with Ragini Khanna. I thought they were looking good in the Jalak time. That would be an interesting combination.
Okay, Moni Roy and Ragini Khanna. That's fantastic. Eva?
Oh, Kratika. Kratika. I remember some interview where she said she would want to have acted with Karan Singh Grover.
I remember that. I remember that article too. That would be an interesting combination, actually.
Interesting, but I think Karan Singh Grover is completely busy with Kabul Hai right now.
Of course. And Kabul Hai is doing very well.
Also going on.
It's doing very well
it's
too.
Doing
so
very, very
he's
well.
not free anytime soon.
Now, I have a question for you guys. Eva, this is for you. Manu, I'm going to ask you too. So, Eva, what is your most memorable moment in Punarvivah?
Oh, I was just going to think. I was just thinking in my head. See, the first thing like really struck me. You remember when they got arrested?
Yes, I do.
In the beginning of when they were getting
of the episode, yes,
and then they got arrested in the beginning, and then Yash was like being gentleman, and he was dropping Aarti home. And they were walking in the rain, and then while they were walking in the rain, the title song was playing in the background, and that was really beautiful. Like the way like they were interacting with each other, and I think their hand touched or something. And then another scene I love most was in the beginning, like they were in the dargah, and then they were tying the thread and all, and they were getting like connected somehow with each other, maybe like divinely or some like divine intervention or something. So that really touched me very well.
You wish, I don't know. I mean, people have talked about all these things happening in real life and everything. Eva, since you've brought those two scenes to my mind, तो मुझे मेरा सवाल है कि have you known anything like this happen in real life? Do you know of people who have connected soulfully like this?
I have known people like not like these divinely that they are supposed to meet so they will connect like that, not like that kind of incident. But I think I have met a couple of people. I have like my own friend is like that in Surat, Gujarat. Like she and her husband, like when they were like really kid, like 3-4 years old or something, they had a feeling, something like that. She was telling me. So I only know like one person who had this kind of feeling, right? They were really, really young, but not that way. That like, okay, they went to the mandir and that they went to dargah and then their hand touched and then they got connected. Nothing like that.
But
I think it's not storytelling. Or
no, but
like
that is so sweet. That is like, that is sweet. Well, see, I'm very open to things that can happen in our lives. I'm like totally from one extreme, one spectrum to another spectrum. I keep my mind open to everything. So I would believe things can happen.
Yes.
Manu,
it can happen. It can happen, but I have not heard anybody coming and like say in my friend circle or in my relatives or anywhere that okay they went somewhere and their hand touched and there was a divine intervention for them to be together in the future. Like there was one scene. Remember when the fire broke down at Bombay, and then there was only one picture was saved where Aarti was there in the background. And Aarti think that okay, that was she was supposed to be there.
It's a sign,
Yes, live because she was there. So those kind of things, I do not have heard about it. It might happen. It may have happened with somebody else, but I have not heard it.
Not a personal experience. So Manu, your turn. What is your memorable moment? Number 1 and number 2.
Okay, number 1 is when Yash tries to tell Aarti that he loves her, and then he reads the poetry book. He tries to recite it, and then he's like completely messing it up. And
I remember
that. Sweet moment. Yeah, that was really a sweet moment. And then also in Aarti's side, I loved it when she wakes up one morning and discovers pictures of herself and Yash instead of Arpita. And she goes around the room running and touching the photos and cannot believe that her pictures are on the wall. I just love that. Those two scenes individually. Then, of course, the baby scene when they had the baby just now. That was just beautiful. So that is, just happened like last week. So I was really impressed with that.
The story going so far, I mean, obviously Punarvivah took a 1-month leap, and then, of course, baby Ayu gets kidnapped, and now the baby's back in the house. Adopted by Paridhi and Pratik, right? I mean, that's where the story is at the moment, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously, I mean, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, I heard ki there are going to be a little more some twists and turns before it actually comes to an end. So देखना है कि how interesting those twists and turns are going to be. And I believe, Neeru, did you have any? Are you
Yes,
curious
one
about?
last question.
Yes.
Back to Gurmeet. Mano and Eva, I mean, he's played Mansingh Khurana, and now he's played a family guy, Yash. So, what would you want him to be next in the next this one? What shade of him have you not seen and would like to see him as?
Yeah.
I would want
You've
to
seen
see
the
an
romance.
action-
You've seen the romance.
action
You've seen
uniform,
the
some kind of uniform
dedicated
show.
family guy in Yash.
I
Hold
want to
on.
be like a CSI, you know, like the American show CSI.
Uh-huh.
I want to be like any kind of like those kind of thing, because he's a person who loves actions and who loves action and who loves all those kind of moves.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like, you know, what was that another movie I saw? So something like that, like an action.
Yeah, something involved with action.
movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Or
Yeah, I think
detective agent, or some spy kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Because he has done
both of you want the
emotional
same?
role until
Eva
now.
and
Like
Manu, both
in
of you?
Ramayana, so there
Hold
was
on,
emotional role. As in Geet also, there was like nice and very, very passionate and emotional role. And then Yash was like very calm and quiet, but still emotional role. So now it's time to be doing some
Something
action.
very different. Now, Manu,
Yeah.
Manu, do
Yeah.
you want the same thing for him too?
Exactly. He loves action, and that, I mean, some
So let's
detective,
give him
police,
what he loves to do.
police or anything, or maybe something medical related, which, you know, I love anyway, personally.
So you
maybe
want
he
him
play
to
a
be
doctor.
well, you know, he doesn't necessarily have to be a doctor. I mean, if you guys want him to be on those action scenes and everything, arey yaar, we have forensics, we have all these, you know,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
CSI
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
we have
things
a lot
where
of stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
well,
Yeah,
well,
that
you
would be
know,
interesting.
well, whatever his next venture is, I mean, we wish him the very best of luck for his future endeavors.
Definitely.
Manu and Eva, thank you so much, guys, for giving us a call. It was lovely catching up with you.
Thank you.
Here.
And your
Thank you.
page,
Bye, Mano and Eva.
your page is
Have a
doing
good
great,
day,
guys.
Neeru.
Yeah, great. And you guys have a fantastic Sunday, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. Good night, Alima.
Good night, Eva. Good night, Manu. Well, that was Manu and Eva. They run a fan page on Facebook for Gurmeet Chowdhury. So, and guys, if you want to check it out, be my guest. I mean, they have the latest news and updates and everything. They literally adopted Gurmeet Chowdhury, right, Neeru?
Yeah, that's true. They're so dedicated.
So
And now
very
they've started a
dedicated.
fan page for Drashti too.
Yes, I've seen.
Since her Jhalak, she's going to come
Be a
up in
part of-
Jhalak Dikhla Ja,
Uh-huh.
I think.
Right,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Well, anyway, I have another dedication coming up, a request all the way from Malaysia again, and this is from Anba Alagi, and I hope if Anba Alagi is listening, please don't get upset if I screwed up pronouncing your name. I hope I'm saying it the right way, but please do correct me in a message so that I can correct myself the next time I have to see your name. But this is a special request from her, a dedication to her friends. I'm hoping this is your friends, Anba, Shalini, Amu, Tabu, Neetu, Pooh, and of course, our very own GC and KS. So, Anba, this song is all for you.
अभी अभी तो मिले हो, अभी ना करो छूटने की बात, अभी अभी तो पसंद आए हो, अभी अभी रूठने की बात, अभी अभी तो रोशनी आई, अभी ना करो मुँह छुपाने की बात, अभी अभी जिंदगी शुरू है, अभी अभी थम जाने की बात, हम तो हारे तेरी बाजुओं में मेरी चाहते समाए, तेरी धड़कनों को मेरी धड़कने सुनाए, तेरी ख्वाहिशों से मेरी ख्वाहिशें रिहा हैं, तेरी करवटों से मेरी दास्तां बयां है। क्या सुकून क्या जुनून हम नवा, अभी अभी दिल की सुनी है, अभी ना करो जमाने की बात, अभी अभी बातें रुकी हैं, अभी अभी दोहराने की बात, अभी अभी आवारगी आई, अभी ना करो संभलने की बात, अभी अभी जिंदगी शुरू है, अभी अभी थम जाने की बात, वो सुबह तो बेवजह हो के गुजरे बिन तुम्हारे जिसकी रात, वो सुबह तो बेवजह हो के गुजरे बिन तुम्हारे जिसकी रात, तेरी बाजुओं में मेरी चाहते समाए, तेरी धड़कनों को मेरी धड़कने सुनाए, तेरी ख्वाहिशों से मेरी ख्वाहिशें रिहा हैं, तेरी करवटों से मेरी दास्तां बयां है। क्या सुकून क्या जुनून हम नवा, हम तो हारे माहियारे, मूंदे नैना नींद तिहारे, हम तो हारे माहियारे, मूंदे नैना नींद तिहारे।
And that song is a dedication by Anba for her friends all the way from Malaysia. Thank you very much for sending this request. And hopefully, hey, we'll get to hear from you. Niru, you still with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we seem to be doing a wide range of songs today. I wanted to, kind
Yeah,
of start
definitely.
नहीं,
That's a large spectrum.
Yeah, मेरे तो I wanted to start off with the ghazals and everything. लेकिन people have been sending in requests, so I wanted to honor them and make special mentions for them, and it's nice to dedicate songs over air, है ना? You make them feel special, and I like doing
That's
that.
true.
Like
That's
doing
true.
that. Oh well, So anyways, तो Chanchan, सुना है कि तुमने, are you following Chanchan?
Oh, I couldn't catch the last 4 episodes. I mean, that's this week's episode. So you'll have to fill me in.
Well, I'm trying to catch up on that too. Actually, we should have asked Manu. I think she's been watching Chenchan. But anyway, I kind of caught up on the last episode for Friday, and obviously by now Chenchan and Manav seem to have feelings for each other. They haven't expressed it as such, but they are kind of playing hide and seek with each other in regards to that. And then I don't know if you knew this, but remember Purvi, Chenchan's friend, whose marriage was broken because of the dowry thing and everything. So the guy Hitesh actually loves her.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw that. That
So
was
he
a
comes
week before
in,
last,
yeah.
I think.
So he comes in. So right now the preparations are going on for that wedding, and
she's given a go ahead.
who?
Mummy ji.
Mummy Ji doesn't know this yet.
Oh my goodness.
Mummy Ji is still looking for a bride for Hitesh.
Oh, and Hitesh is going against his parents too?
Apparently, Hitesh, from what I remember, Hitesh has convinced his parents that if he's going to marry, he's going to go marry only Purvi, and that dowry or whatever it was apparently for setting up a new business. And he goes, I don't want to set up a new business. I just want her in my life because I love her. And on the other side, Mummy Ji is, she already talked to a party with who have a bride. Their daughter wants to get married to Hitesh, and of course, they are sitting in this restaurant and talking in the lobby of a hotel, and and Manav and Chanchan come into that hotel because they want to book a honeymoon suite for Purvi and Hitesh as a wedding present, right? And of course, you have this dramatic music going on. Ki will they see each other? Will they not? Because the Mummy Ji is sitting there and talking and trying to, whatever it is, settle that bride thing so the bride goes and marries.
Two parallel lines.
And she sits and she's telling them ki, itna sanskar hai, maine apne beton ko de diya, they always listen to me and all that stuff. And side mein to we see Manav going into a hotel room with Chanchan, and I'm sitting and thinking it was totally hilarious, actually.
I'm guessing Chanchan still doesn't know.
She absolutely has no idea. She absolutely has no idea that Mummy Ji is Manav's. Yes.
I think she wouldn't fall in love, or even if she did, she'd keep away if she knew.
Probably.
So they're going to keep that a surprise till the last minute.
I am pretty sure that's what they're going to do. But I'm totally want to see Mummy Ji's face when she comes face to face with Manav's girlfriend.
That would be an epic moment.
So that is going to be one heck of an episode. But anyway, it's I was never a big fan of Sanaya Irani. Even though I've watched her in the previous shows, but she's kind of getting used to her now.
She is good, yeah. I mean, I like her.
I think the role fits her, Nero. You know what I'm saying? That little spunky, that easy to go, like a dog trainer car. That role seems to fit with her.
To fit her, she's custom fit for the role.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what caught me. The first couple
and we've not seen anything yet. Because the best moments would be when both of them, Supriya Pathak and Sanaya Irani face off.
They're under the same roof.
Yes,
now
under the same roof.
Yes.
Dealing with each other every day. That would be fun. In fact, that's what I'm waiting for.
Yes.
Forget romance. I'm not even interested in that right now.
I know, me too. I don't want the romance.
Get to the part already. Get married already.
Exactly. I want Supriya Pathak and Chanchan to Mummy Ji and Chanchan to be under the same roof, and then the reactions of the rest of the family. Ki itna spunky hai and she speaks her mind. So I just want to know what happens. So dosto, that is
Alima,
Chanchan.
अच्छी बात है ना. Usually हम लोग romance के लिए wait करते हैं.
I think Neeru, you and I are hopeless people here.
I know.
सभी को romance चाहिए, हमें तो we need the fireworks between the सास बहू का fireworks. Well, dosto, this is Rangmunch with Alima. Our request lines are always open for you guys. The number to call is 408-912-5565. Now I am going to be a little selfish and play one of my favorite songs.
That's good.
And मुझे पता है कि every person knows what this song is, and I'm sure every single person goes through a turbulent of feelings when you listen to this song. अगर आपको share करना है तो hey, please give us a call. No problem at all. But I'm sure everyone must have shed a tear or two when listening to the song.
चिट्ठी आई है 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 वतन से चिट्ठी आई है बड़े दिनों के बाद हम बेवतनों को याद बड़े दिनों के बाद हम बेवतनों को याद वतन की मिट्टी आई है चिट्ठी आई है चिट्ठी आई है, चिट्ठी आई है वतन से चिट्ठी आई है। ऊपर मेरा नाम लिखा है, अंदर ये पैगाम लिखा है। ओ परदेस को जाने वाले, लौट के फिर न आने वाले। सात समंदर पार गया तू, हमको जिंदा मार गया तू। खून के रिश्ते तोड़ गया तू, आँख में आंसू छोड़ गया तू। कम खाते हैं कम सोते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा हम रोते हैं। चिट्ठी आई है चिट्ठी आई है चिट्ठी आई है, चिट्ठी आई है वतन से चिट्ठी आई है। सूनी हो गई शहर की गलियां, कांटे बन गई बाग की कलियां। कहते हैं सावन के झूले, भूल गया तू हम नहीं भूले। तेरे बिन जब आई दिवाली, दीप नहीं दिल जले हैं खाली। तेरे बिन जब आई होली, पिचकारी से छूटी गोली। पीपल सूना पनघट सूना, घर शमशान का बना नमूना। फसल कटी आई बैसाखी, तेरा आना रह गया बाकी। चिट्ठी आई है चिट्ठी आई है चिट्ठी आई है, चिट्ठी आई है वतन से चिट्ठी आई है। पहले जब तू खत लिखता था, कागज में चेहरा दिखता था। बंद हुआ ये मेल भी अब तो, खत्म हुआ ये खेल भी अब तो। डोली में जब बैठी बहना, रास्ता देख रहे थे नैना। मैं तो बाप हूँ मेरा क्या है, तेरी माँ का हाल बुरा है। तेरी बीवी करती है सेवा, सूरत से लगती है बेवा। तूने पैसा बहुत कमाया, इस पैसे ने देश छुड़ाया। देश पराया छोड़ के आजा, पंछी पिंजरा तोड़ के आजा। देश पराया छोड़ के आजा, पंछी पिंजरा तोड़ के आजा। आजा उम्र बहुत है छोटी, अपने घर में भी है रोटी। चिट्ठी आई है, चिट्ठी आई है, चिट्ठी आई है। बड़े दिनों के बाद हम बेवतनों को याद वतन की।
And honestly, tell me, guys, how many of you have shed a tear listening to this song? Niru, let me ask you that.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
This is very very sad, and the lyrics just touch you.
I know, right? I mean, it's an amazing song. I mean, like I said, I'm such a lyric person, right? But this is one of my
That's true.
all-time favorite ghazals from Pankaj Das.
Pankaj Das. Yes.
But anyway, well, I know कि ये sad है, but even in that sadness की जिंदगी तो हमेशा गुलजार ही है ना, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I had to sneak that zindagi gulzar in somehow, right? To
You
perk
have
you
to.
up.
I mean, once it's after the top of the hour, you're like waiting to get to that show.
मुझे पता नहीं कि मैं वेट कर रही हूँ और वो लोग हैं जो वो डाउनलोड करते हैं, वो they are requesting
Oh my goodness,
अरे
you have
यार
no idea. मेरे blog में उसी का बात चलता है. They are like on Talk Soap, you have people coming and telling me, Alima, and we love listening to you and all that. It makes me feel good actually.
I know, and if we talk only for 10 minutes तो हमें तो brick bats मिलते हैं, तो सोचा कि थोड़ा बढ़ाऊं.
What I do is I just this podcast na Zindagi Gulzar Hai ka, I put it under my review. So what happens is when they're reading the review, they automatically go and listen to us discuss the show also.
Right.
And in fact, last week I didn't come and I had somebody threatening me, कि you better go and talk about Zindagi Gulzar Hai. I said, Haji, कुछ भी हो, जाना ही जाना है बात करने के लिए, नहीं तो मालूम नहीं क्या होगा.
I'm dying की, but I'll drag myself and go there to talk about Zindagi Gulzar. Like, see, क्या हुआ कि last week we were so इतना busy कि we had so many calls to Zindagi Gulzar. I loved the episode and then I missed talking to you. So I just did a very short synopsis of just a very brief snippet ka thing. So but it was an amazing. I mean, the last two episodes are like wow. And the thing about it is, I know कि a lot of people might see it and say, what is so wow about it? But then, अरे हम तो experienced लोग हैं. We have lived our life. We've gotten married, and you know where this is going. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Even as they have met, as they have come together, you could see those little tiny incidents that is kind of keeping them apart. Because
it's
they have
bound
such
to happen. I mean,
yes,
when you've been living together over a period of time, and that especially that honeymoon phase is over and you've gotten to know each other fairly well, and you stop putting on an act, or you stop putting on your best foot
best
forward.
behavior, yes.
Yeah, and then you let your natural instincts take over because you're so comfortable with each other that you think that you can do that.
Right.
And that's what I think Zarun did. And he showed how insecure he is. And I wouldn't call it an issue. It is a non-issue if it was dealt well, but it wasn't. And that's why it's blown up into a phase where it's turned into bitterness, and they started questioning whether they made the right choice about marrying each other.
Correct.
It shouldn't have come to it, but as Zarun clarified in this episode, he says, I'm not so mad at Osama or you for that matter for hiding it from me, but he's uncomfortable about the fact that she shared this with Sir Abrar, and that is actually a strict no-no in a marriage, because you don't bring the third person in unless and until it's blown over, and it's like you have to bring somebody in to mediate, otherwise your relationship is crumbling. At that point, she needn't have confided to anyone about it. She should have sorted it out herself.
Right.
But I think there was no intention. What do you think? I mean, she just blurted it out.
Yes,
I don't
there was
think
no
she went in
intention.
with the intention to
Correct.
tell him.
Exactly. See, there was no intention in the sense कि I mean, हमें तो Kashif का character भी, you need to understand. See, she's so insecure, and then she's found love. She's still trying to understand those feelings herself. right?
Yes,
And
that's true.
itne bhi din nahi hue ki both of them got married. They're still so fresh in their relationship, right? I mean, and it's not like they have courted each other. It's not like they have dated each other and they've talked like 19 to the dozen, whatever, you know.
That's so true.
And are yaar, people who have lived together, okay? People who have live in relationships 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years, and वो decision लेते हैं कि let's get married, and they get married. Those people have so many issues, and why not Kashif and Zarun, right? These are to just normal ka issues. You know what I'm saying? This
That's true.
this is part of their growing up. This is part of their understanding each other. Ki shadi is it's different. It is a different relationship. It needs to be worked at. Okay,
Yes.
there are certain compromises, and ये भी मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता कि when a lot of people when they talk about marriage कि there's a way of saying कि okay, you know, marriage is a lot of understanding and compromises. If you say it as a statement, if you truly believe it कि marriage is a the relationship of compromise and understanding, it is fine. लेकिन वो लोग होते हैं कि oh no, marriage is like, you have to compromise and understand, and मुझे तो इतना गुस्सा आता है कि अरे यार.
No, when they think of compromises and compromises as sacrifices, that's when
exactly.
That's when the relationship is going downhill.
Right, exactly. So there are certain aspects in a marriage where you don't want to take for granted. You don't want to always keep count or bring it up in a face saying ki see, I did this for you the other time, so you know kya what you're expecting me. You know what I'm saying? These are such silly, stupid, trivial things that typically
Yes.
end up becoming big ones. And yahan to Kashif is like, okay, are yaar wo to it wasn't even important to her. It wasn't. And it
their
was
personal
something.
egos got in the way.
Correct. It was something that had happened even long time before the wedding had happened. And of course, now remember the way Zarun asked her, put her on the defense about it. See,
He's still doing it actually. If you notice, he's still doing it. And if it was not for the her pregnancy and her crying about it, he wouldn't have been speaking to her even now.
Yeah, of course. And abhi to
And it was so funny. I said, hello, you are the one setting one more rule again. He was the one who
Exactly.
didn't stick by two of the rules that he had put before.
Uh-huh.
The communication went right out of the window the minute he was, faced with an issue.
Uh-huh.
He didn't talk to her. He refused to talk to her, even though she was initiating it. So he failed miserably there on the rule that he had set. And here he goes again setting a third rule.
Yeah.
कि
And
मालूम
क्या
नहीं
and
कितना
क्या होता
निभाएगा।
है कि हमेशा what happens is कि if you have expectations, when you have expectations and the relationship, it doesn't matter if it's wife and husband, it could be any relationship. Typically, unconsciously, we have certain expectations, and agar wo nahi hota hai, to that is when typically we get upset, we get angry, and lots of times, and I personally, lots of times, I stop myself and say, I'm not going to be expecting this, jo hoga, so hoga. But at the same time, I also need to remember ki whoever is standing on the opposite side of it is not going to be thinking like me.
I know.
Right?
I know.
He's not going to take a step back and think ki I will not have any expectations. So mujhe to wo bhi qadar karna hai na ki, okay, I have to understand that. And sometimes it gets hard. Sometimes it does get, and then, are yaar, after 20 years, we still have a petty arguments, and it's like it's so hilarious कि कुछ भी नहीं है हमारे जिंदगी में इतना smooth चल रहा है कि we find petty things to argue about. And then
You need that friction, yeah. Every relationship needs that
and then
friction.
few
to
घंटे
move
के
forward.
बाद he comes with a glass of wine and cheers me up, and then otherwise I try to go and do, and I'm sure he's listening क्योंकि आज मैंने बोला कि did you ever listen to my radio show? I was like, we were just talking about a few things in life ki, and so he was telling me about certain things, and so मैंने बोला कि did you ever listen to my radio show, right? तो उसने कहा कि but you never mentioned कि that it's important to you that I should listen to your radio show.
It's understood.
Right? And I'm like, okay, this is not a good time. We don't want to go there. Now that
I know.
so what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter how long you have married. I mean, every step, 20, 30 years, you're still learning things about each other because the circumstances change. You have changed. You have progressed. You have grown up as an individual. So what it was 10 years ago, the same incident could be taken in a different light 20 years down the line.
I know it's in fact you should worry about relationships where the two people are not arguing with each other at all. If you did argue, there is some hope in the relationship because you're talking it out,
exactly.
you're saying things that instead of bottling it up and just compromising in courts, which you'd call sacrifices later, because when you compromise and when you're keeping quiet about it, when you're taking the issues and then shutting off and you just go moving forward, then that's also not so right, because you're bottling it up and it's going to explode some other time.
Definitely. Actually, hold on to that thought. In fact, I have a couple more points to talk about Zindagi Gulzar Hai, but
yeah, sure.
I just have one more last request from another fan, and her name is Arunima Jain, and in fact it looks like her favorite is a Pankaj Udas ghazal. So Arunima Jain, I don't know if you're listening or not, but hey, no worries, we'll be posting the link onto the page. You can always listen, but here is the dedication that you requested from Rangmunch with Alima.
कीजिए बातें धड़कने कोई सुन रहा होगा और आहिस्ता कीजिए बातें धड़कने कोई सुन रहा होगा लफ्ज गिरने न पाए होठों से वक्त के हाथ इनको चुन लेंगे कान रखते हैं ये दरो दीवार राज की सारी बात सुन लेंगे और आहिस्ता कीजिए बातें कैसे बोलो कि दिल का अफसाना दिल सुने और निगाह दोहराए ऐसे बोलो कि दिल का अफसाना दिल सुने और निगाह दोहराए अपने चारों तरफ की ये दुनिया सांस का शोर भी ना सुन पाए और आहिस्ता ये बातें धड़कने कोई सुन रहा होगा लफ्ज गिरने न पाए होठों से वक्त के हाथ इनको चुन लेंगे कान रखते हैं ये दरो दीवार राज की सारी बात सुन लेंगे और आहिस्ता कीजिए बातें आज इतने करीब आ जाओ दूरियों का कहीं निशान रहे आज इतने करीब आ जाओ दूरियों का कहीं निशान रहे ऐसे एक दूसरे में गुम हो जाए फासला कोई दरमिया न रह जाए न रह जाए और आहिस्ता कीजिए बातें धड़कने कोई सुन रहा होगा लफ्ज गिरने न पाए होठों से वक्त के हाथ इनको चुन लेंगे कान रखते हैं ये दरो दीवार राज की सारी बात सुन लेंगे और आहिस्ता कीजिए बातें.
And that was a special request from Arunima Jain. Neeru, you still with me?
Absolutely.
Well, it's been a while.
I love that song.
I know. In fact, when she requested it, I said, oh, yeah. It was like, anytime I think of Pankaj Udhas, of course, the first one that comes to mind is Chitti Aaye.
Yes, this is one of the top 5 that comes to my mind when I think of ghazals.
Right, exactly. So and it's always and so when I was googling that song or on the YouTube and I go, oh yeah, I remember listening to this song and this is such a neat song. So
I love the video of the song too.
Me too. Actually, I love that one too. It's really well taken. Actually, it was.
It's
well
if
done.
I remember right, was it on Gift of Majai?
Yes. It was.
Yes.
And in fact, it also reminded me वो एक Telugu movie थी वो विजय शांति की where she goes to the US and she falls in love with an American kind of a thing.
Same, that's true. Yes. Oh my God, I remember thinking this when I first initially saw this video.
Right.
Thanks for reminding me.
But you know what though? I mean, जो भी हो, I mean, whatever happens, the only thing we need to remember is जिंदगी गुलजार भी हो सकता है, right, Neeru? We always
जिंदगी गुलजार है, हो सकता नहीं, गुलजार है हमेशा. It's just the way you look at it, I guess.
Exactly. इसीलिए तो I said कि हो सकता है for people who are always on the edge too. But as I was the thing that really caught my attention also as I was watching this week's episode and last week's episode is like Kashyap's character in the sense कि it was like as if it was, let me see if I can explain this properly or not or correctly or not. लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि okay, she's finally fallen in love. तो उसका thinking है कि if I've fallen in love, okay, then everything has to be smooth. You know what I'm saying? It's like as if everything was always in her control before. She always knew what was happening. It was like she had a plan for everything. There were no dynamics for her before she got married. Right. And then even after she got married, as she was getting used to the fact that she has fallen in love with Zarun and she's getting used to the family life, it was almost like I got a sense like for her, I mean, I'm not saying that's what she has to be, but what she would like it to be is like a smooth sailing. It's like she wants everything to fall into place.
I'm going to disagree with you on that. Because I think her temperament is a kind, or from what the background she has, abandonment issues and everything, she's expecting things to not go well. So she takes it with a pinch of salt. Even the smooth sail, she takes it, she doesn't take it for granted. And she actually doesn't expect it to go, to be smooth. In fact, she expected it to go wrong. There's one scene where she says ki ab ye bhi deal karna padega, I have to deal with this part of it also. So for a person who has come through so many hardships, it's like they expect things to go wrong at any time. And there's a point where she says ki she doesn't know why she has had this fortune at all. Why me? do I deserve it? I mean, she's not able to believe that it has. I mean, she's got a good husband. She's got married into a
A
fantastic family.
yeah.
So the very fact that she actually takes it in her stride, the latest issue,
Maybe
and
too well in her
she
stride.
goes about it with so much of dignity and calmly, shows that she's taken it in her stride, and she said, "Ki, okay, this is a storm which I'm going to,
Handle
survive
it, survive, and
somehow."
take care of it.
Yes, and he is the one who brings up the issue of, you know, did I do anything wrong by marrying her? She's not the one who's thinking on those lines.
Correct.
She is
Right.
actually thinking how to
fix it.
weather this storm. Yeah, weather
Yeah.
this storm.
Mhm.
While Zarun is not doing that. Zarun is already questioning his
decision.
decision, and the way the entire scene where she is like, she
Yeah.
goes when she's sleeping. I love
Yes,
that scene.
me too. I totally love that scene. Actually, I totally
love
loved
that.
it.
He's like totally pissed off. I mean, actually, he's not. He's not very comfortable with the thought that she could go on as
yes.
if nothing is affected
Yes,
her.
yes,
while
she
he's
could
doing inside.
exactly, and of course it doesn't help when his dad comes and says, hey, it is you who have a
Consider yourself
problem with
lucky.
with you have a problem with your temperament and jumping to conclusions so
Yes.
fast. So that really did
And
not
Junaid
help him
was so
either.
right in pointing out his temperament. That
Yes.
is him. He always jumps to conclusions.
Exactly.
The worst ones. That's so right. He does that, and
Yes.
he also knows that beta wahi kiya hoga is बार भी कश्यप की कोई गलती नहीं है. ये मुंह लटका के बैठा हुआ है because उसने कुछ गलती किया है या कुछ he's not moved forward and apologize to her.
Right.
So which is exactly what happened.
And the other highlight for me is actually their mother. I mean, that moment when she sits all alone and crying.
Oh yes.
And I mean that to me, I felt that entire, forget about everything else. It was just her moment. I mean, she was crying for whatever she lost, whatever she did not get, but she was damn proud. I mean, you could like feel it in her tears. You could feel it in the way she was sitting and talking.
It was that
was-
moment was like very grave and
Yes,
intense for me.
It was. I mean,
I just could not help but feel what she was feeling.
Yes.
And
I
Sanam
mean,
Saeed was
it's
fantastic in that scene.
Right. It's like you're looking at, it's like you're going to a school and watching an award ceremony and your kids are getting, you know what I'm saying? That all these years of hard work, all these years of abandonment by her husband, on her working so hard to raise girls, that too, right? We're not talking about any, how the society perceives that, but fighting against all odds and to reach a point where
You
her
talked about
husband,
Rafia. I'm thinking about Sanam. Okay,
Yeah.
both of them actually, both
Yeah.
their moments. Both their moments, even Rafia's and even Sanam sitting and crying over getting pregnant and going through the entire thing.
Right.
Both of them.
Right.
Yeah, both the mother and
more,
daughter.
but Sir Rafia was what caught my attention actually today, and I thought, well, wow, But
Yeah.
So well, anyways.
But I didn't expect. I expected her to say no. I actually expected her to say no. The way she goes and the way she points out that what you did to my daughters was not right. This is the first time I heard her say that, and I expected her to say no, which she didn't.
Well, actually, I knowing her character, मुझे तो लगा कि she would probably say
I know,
yes,
I know. I expected
so
a little too much with those.
I expected her to go and say yes. And,
she ultimately stood up to her husband, I felt, and she's going to say, no, I'm not going to do it. But,
correct.
Well.
Because then that's what
Habits die hard.
that what distinguishes her character, right, Niru? I mean, despite everything, she wanted to make a point, pointed out, this is what you have all done. But you know what?
No, she's like that. She's a generous soul,
I'm a better
basically,
person,
so,
and I'm going to
yeah.
do this for you, Kating. Well, anyways, so Kashif is pregnant and all everything. So देखेंगे क्या होगा next week. We're just getting to the end of the show, and of course, Niru, I know this is your favorite song too. So let's dedicate this song to both of us.
is.
Let's do that, huh?
Dedicated to
you and me.
Oh, thank you. yes.
So
I love this song, yeah.
you have been listening to Rangmunch with Alima. Feel free to give us a call anytime we're on the show. We're here every Saturday from 8 to 10. Visit our page on Facebook, Rangmunch with Alima. Special requests, messages, everything. You can reach us there. Follow us on Twitter. But thank you for staying tuned and listening to us. A very special thank you to Manu and Eva calling from all the way on the East Coast. And a super special thanks for the Malaysian listeners who have sent in a special request, Tilashini, Amber, and Arunima. Thank you guys for supporting us. And folks, have a fantastic night and a great Sunday tomorrow. Neers, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Welcome.
Thank you,
Had
Lowell.
fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Alima. Thank you, Neeruji.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.
होश वालों को खबर क्या बेखुदी क्या चीज है होश वालों को खबर क्या बेखुदी क्या चीज है इश्क कीजिए फिर समझिए इश्क कीजिए फिर समझिए जिंदगी क्या चीज है होश वालों को खबर क्या बेखुदी क्या चीज है उनसे नजरें क्या मिली रोशन फिजाएं हो गई आज जाना प्यार की जादूगरी क्या चीज है आज जाना प्यार की जादूगरी क्या चीज है इश्क कीजिए फिर समझिए इश्क कीजिए फिर समझिए जिंदगी क्या चीज है खुलती जुल्फों ने सिखाई मौसमों को शायरी झुकती आँखों ने बताया मैं कशी क्या चीज है झुकती आँखों ने बताया मैं कशी क्या चीज है
Thank you for listening to Desi 1170 AM. Call us today at 408-440-0851 to get your business, product, or service instantly connected to the San Francisco, San Jose, and Oakland South Asian community.